Hi guys, it's Angie Tonini-Rogers, and I just wanted to talk with you a little bit about this book, um Start with Your Why, or Start with Why. It's by Simon Sinek, and he talks about basically why certain companies or individuals succeed in leading others while others don't. Or why some companies have long-term success while others just have short-term success, or they can't sustain the success for a long period of time. And so he talks about the companies that start with why tend to have more success for a longer term, and those that run their business with what they do and how they do it instead of why they do it, that they have a shorter term success or no success at all. So he talks about how the brain works, and in this section, let me see if I can get you to see the picture here. There it is. Okay, see how he has this picture of the why, how, and what? He says that companies that or individuals that can learn to communicate from the inside out, which is the why and then the how and then the what, will be more successful. And the reason for that is because the brain is set up this way. You can see the first two sections, which were the why and the how, in the other picture are the limbic brain, and then the outer circle, which would be the what, is the neocortex. And in the limbic brain, the part of that brain, that's what where all of the feelings and emotions and where that comes from, as well as where behavior is driven. So we act out of the limbic brain, we feel out of the limbic brain, but in the limbic brain, the language is not there. So language doesn't come from that area. The language comes from the neocortex, which is in the what area of, it's comparable to that. So the why and the how come in the emotions, are consistent with our brain, in the emotions, and then how behaviors are driven. So this kind of explains why when you hear someone talk about a cause that you believe in, or when you get that gut feeling and you can't really explain why you have the gut feeling, and you might have that gut feeling even when all of the facts, which would be the what, the facts point to something different, but you still have a gut feeling that you shouldn't do that, or you have a gut feeling that's something different than what the facts tend to point to. So that kind of explains that. So basically what he's saying is that companies and individuals who want long-term success and long-term results should communicate from the inside out. So you start with your why. You start with whatever your cause or your belief or your value is, whatever your reason for wanting to own a business or wanting to communicate a certain thing. You start with that, and then you figure out what you're going to do to represent the why. And so, they always say, people join a cause, not a what. They don't really care what you do, as long as the why makes sense for them and resonates with them. And so again, just remember that it's hard to sometimes put the facts and figures to the emotions that we feel, because in that area of the brain that drives our behavior, the language doesn't come from there. So you're not always going to be able to say exactly what it is you're feeling and why you behave the way you do, but just understand that the emotions and the thoughts and the values and the beliefs, they're way more important in helping someone drive their behavior in the choices that they make, for example, than the steps to how to do something. Hopefully that makes sense. So it would I highly suggest getting this book and reading it. That's just one of the ways that he shows why it's important to start with your why. Because people follow people. They don't necessarily, join a business. They follow people. So you have to make sure that you stand for something and stand for something that you believe in, so that your actions, everything that you do reflects those beliefs and those values. And then whoever resonates with that, whoever believes in the same things, will then also be inspired to follow you and to join you on your team, or in whatever cause it is that you are pursuing. So that's that part of the stuff about the brain and how that works and why that works. Because you can throw a whole bunch of facts and figures, but if it's just facts and figures, another company can have the same facts and figures. You gotta, why do you choose company A over company B? It's gonna come down to what values and beliefs that they have, or what cause it is that they're pursuing. Because there's got to be something that decides, and it's going to be the emotional pull, where people feel like they belong, and where they fit in, what's in agreement with whatever it is that they, however they want to live their life and what they believe in. So you got to have that there in order to be successful and get to the what, because the what's not really going to be what pulls on people's heartstrings. Or makes them feel important or significant, and that the work that they're doing makes a difference. So anyways, that's a little bit about Start With Why by Simon Sinek. And once again, go out and get this book and make sure that you read it several different times. And I will talk to you guys soon. If